This is a video demonstration of our NVR 16 channel. I'm going to be showing you the local interface and some of the features you will find on these new units. There is several ways to access these units. You can use the mouse, you can use the remote control that is included with it, and you can actually use the front panel as well for you to access the GUI interface. We recommend to use the mouse, so it's actually easier to maneuver and go throughout the menus on the GUI interface. Okay, so there is several differences in between this particular unit and our other units. This unit supports IP cameras, and you will notice that some of the menus are going to be on this particular NVR and not in others. So to start, I'm going to log in. You log in exactly the same. If you use our NVR before, it's going to be pretty much the same interface. You go to the main menu. In this case, it didn't ask me for the password, but I wanted to show you that when you log in, when you click main menu and you click the field where you have to put the password, now it shows up a full keyboard. This is because our new units, pretty much all of our DVRs except the hybrid DVR so far right now, and the economy line DVRs do not have this firmware, but it will have this full keyboard, so you don't have to mess with this 1, 2, 3 or ABC button for you to type letters or so. So we're going to put the password, which is the same, 6/8. Log in, and you will see that the interface looks exactly the same. You will have your search options, your info options, settings, and so on. I'm going to start with the settings. This part is very important. One of the improvements about this new firmware and this new NVR is, for example, under General, you will see you have the device ID. You have this option here. It says Startup Wizard. Basically, when the DVR reboots or when you turn on the DVRs for the first time, your DVR will show you a wizard, so you can configure things such as like IP addresses, time, and so on. This is a cool feature right here. You can turn it off if you want to, and then you click Save. You just uncheck that tick there, and I'm going to go back by right-clicking. I'm going to go to the Encode portion now. Because this is an NVR, it supports only IP cameras or network cameras or megapixel cameras. You will have this option is exactly the same as our other DVRs, but you will see that the resolution says, for example, 1080p, and this is because that camera that we have attached on this particular channel, in channel 2, it's a 3 megapixel camera, and this DVR only supports 1080p. So you have to configure that camera as 1080p resolution for this DVR, for this NVR to work. I'm sorry. Another things you will find is under type, you will see when you click the drop down, you will see that you have regular, MD, and alarm. This is pretty much, actually is an excellent feature because now you can set up your NVR or your DVR to record at certain resolution when you are recording based on regular or 24/7. Or if you're recording on motion detection, you can record at a different resolution as well. So those are, this type of NVRs and our new DVRs with the new firmware has the capability of doing that. So also you will see the extra stream is the same. Another feature you will see, of course, is the ability to enable audio on those channels. Other things you can see is the schedule. It looks pretty much the same across the board and across our DVRs. The network portion, there is a few things that they added in the network portion is the ability to have UPnP. So if you have UPnP on your router, your DVR or NVR will connect to it as long as you have that feature on your router, and you will be able, you will not have to do port forwarding. Other things you can find here, as I said, is pretty much the same as our DVRs. So you will have your your alarm configuration, your motion detection configuration. The reason why it says that is because it couldn't connect to channel number 1 because it's not recording based on motion. That because it's an megapixel camera, this camera has its own interface. So that's why it shows that error right there. You can enable it, of course, and then you can record based on motion on that particular channel, but you have to enable it first. So that's why it didn't show up. Because I enable it, now it works. You have your pan tilt zoom. If you notice, you have two options now. Like you have all of your channels, and you have PTZ type. This PTZ type refers to you can attach directly PTZs through the RS-485 on this DVR and being able to control it. As well as if you have another DVR, an analog DVR for example, or a regular DVR, not an NVR, and you have PTZs attached to it, you can bring them to this NVR by choosing this option. If you click remote, it's going to connect to that particular DVR and it's going to bring that PTZ on it. And if you do local, meaning that you have the PTZ connected to the RS-485, you can choose it here as well. You can assign the protocol and so on, and you will be able to control it. Another feature you will find here, of course, is the display. You can go up to 1080p. It will have this option here. It says image enhance. Pretty much the same across the board as I said before. It looks exactly the same as our DVR, but there's new features that you will not find on regular DVRs, such as the economy. And this another new feature here you will find is, because it's an NVR, you will be able to find devices on your network. So you can either right-click on the main screen right here, and then you could click Remote Device. You will be presented with this. If you notice, it says, channel manufacturer and so on, and it has the enable and disable button, or the enable box, and the channels on your NVR. So the cool thing is we have a bunch of DVRs and IP cameras on this facility, so I can basically search for them as long as they are connected to the same network. When I click IP search, it's basically searching everything in my network. So if I wanted to connect to any of the channels, basically what I have to do is this. I just choose the channel, for example, channel 5. I'm going to connect to an analog DVR. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this DVR that the NVR found here. Just click on it or double click on it, and you see it will populate their IP and it will enable the channel. Now, if you look at this is the remote channel. This is basically what the NVR is going to connect to that particular channel, or channel 5, camera number 1 for this DVR. I can choose a different channel if I want to. It's an 8-channel DVR, so I can choose, let's say, channel 5, and this have to match. If the DVR has a different username and password, you have to put them in here. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to show it on that particular channel. Once you're ready, you click the channel you want to stream on it, you click OK, and there you go. Of course, there's no camera there. I can really quick put a new one. I can put, let's say, channel number 2, and then click OK, and there you go. It's actually me right there. Okay, it's very easy to use. It's a very awesome feature, and like this NVR are capable of doing that. Hybrid DVRs are capable of doing that, of course. Some other features you will find is, your channel view. You can just basically double click on each channel and double click again to go back to regular view. You can right click and change your view here if you want to view one single camera at a time. You can do a view 4. You will have this different options here and so on. And it's exactly the same as our DVR. You can configure the color settings. This is as per channel base, so you can go to that particular channel and change your settings, and you can actually set up schedules for it. Another thing you can do, of course, is manage your hard drives. You can go to Advanced, you can go to HDD Manage, and you can erase or format any drives. This full-size units are capable of attach eSATA drives for you to do recording as well. So this is an awesome feature. This unit support actually up to 3 terabytes, so it's 24 terabytes plus 4 that you can put if you have an eSATA device that we actually sell, and you have tons of space for you to record for a long time. You can assign grouping for your HDDs or for your hard drives. You can assign different hard drives to be recording different channels and so on. You can, right here, you'll see HDD channels, so your channels will be here, and then your groups of hard drives that you have or you assigned previously, you will choose what cameras are going to be recording on those hard drives. Okay, you will have the option for you to check some event types. You know, if you have no disk space or there's a conflict on the IP, you can enable those features, and you can actually activate some emails for you to send to you, so it lets you know there's something going on with the NVR, or a buzzer, for example. Another thing you can see here, the alarm outputs, you know, all of your schedules for your alarm outputs. The record, you can turn off certain channels if you wanted to start it manually or based on a schedule. The accounts, you can manage your accounts right here. Auto maintenance, here you can auto reboot the DVR, auto delete old files based on days. You can, you know, assign, you know, how many days ago you wanted to auto delete those files and so on. The remote device feature is under advanced, so you will click there, you can do IP search, and it will find all of your devices on the network. And the config backup is a very important feature here. You can, if you made a mistake or something like that, or if you like all of the configurations on the DVR, as long as you're not upgrading the firmware, you can export those, you know, configurations, and later on, if you change something and something goes wrong, you can import them back, and then you will have your NVR operational again. Backups, here you will do your backups base. You can do CD-ROM, or if you're using a flash drive, you can use it here. Here they will pop up when you put them in there, and then you can do all your backups. And lastly, here the information, you can see info of your hard drives and so on, the version. You can see who is logged in right now currently through the network, your logs. You can search for every single log you need. The VPS is the bytes per second, and you know how much bandwidth is your DVR using right now. The search button, you will see this is a brand new way to search on your DVR. You can search based on a single click. You can basically have four cameras right here. You choose your cameras on this pane, and basically they will pop up here if they have some information. If they have any footage, they will show up here, and you basically just click on them, and you will be able to play back those channels. You have these options here as well as sync, all, record, normal, or alarm, or motion. You can just filter those. There's actually filters that you can put in there. So if you wanted to search only motion, you just click or uncheck what you don't want it to show up here, and then it will populate right here. For example, if I want to record, if I wanted to search based on motion, I just unchecked the rest of them. And if I want them to play individually, I just have to uncheck sync. So if I click on one of the footage right here, they're not going to play in sync. Okay? Here you will see all of your different views. If you wanted to play on 8 view cameras, you can click on it, and you choose your amount of cameras you want to play there. 16 channel, you can basically play 16 channels simultaneously by clicking the play button, or by choosing this option here, and then you choose your time right here. When you click this option right here, you can basically say, okay, I wanted to search 16 channels, and I wanted to search for, I don't know, this time 9 a.m. or something like that, and then basically when you click on it, it will start playing at that particular time. Once again, you have your calendar as well, and this is a really cool feature that We have improved on our search base right here in a search window. And I will be making more technical videos showing you how to search using this new feature. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to thank you for viewing.